Traditional real estate involves a dozen separate handoffs. Agents, title companies, and local inspectors sit at every toll booth, slowing down the transaction and taking a cut of your capital. That friction is what Kemedar is trying to eliminate. They've built an ecosystem to digitize the real estate lifecycle and strip out middlemen entirely. Consolidating your buying, selling, and renovating into a single platform removes the hurdles. But it requires you to route the management of your largest financial assets through a proprietary AI system. We map these user profiles on a quadrant chart. The vertical axis tracks capital investment. The horizontal axis tracks daily involvement. Up top are the passive investor and the active buyer or seller. Bottom right is the DIY renovator navigating the supply chain. Every single one of these users interacts with Kemedar differently. To evaluate the platform's utility, we must break down the exact inputs they provide and the hidden costs they accept in return. Kemedar's value is not universal. It completely depends on matching your specific real estate problem to the correct quadrant. For property sellers, the main pitch is margin protection. Instead of paying a traditional 3 to 6% commission, Kemedar gives you free 90-day global listings and a digital Kanban board to manage buyers directly. The trade-off hits you immediately. You keep the commission, but you take on the entire administrative load. You are the one vetting direct messages, scheduling the calls, and pushing the deal through each stage of the pipeline. To offset the lack of a human agent, the platform offers AI pricing tools. This split-screen model shows how they work. On the left, the software generates 36-month price trajectories and specific walkaway points based on regional data. But look at the right side of the screen. An algorithm pulling regional aggregates cannot account for the noise of a new train track or a sudden shift in local school zoning. It misses the hyper-local realities that dictate actual street value. If you need physical help, there is a targeted compromise. You can pay Kemedar a flat $50 fee to send a representative who takes professional photos and holds the physical keys for property tours. The math here heavily favors active property flippers trying to maximize every dollar of margin. If you want a hands-off, passive selling experience, this toolset will feel like a second job. Buyers approach the platform from the opposite direction. They get immediate access to over 110 granular search filters, letting them skip the generic browsing phase entirely. This funnel visualization illustrates their life score metric. Instead of just searching by price and bedroom count, you can filter thousands of properties by walkability, ambient noise levels, and neighborhood greenery to find exact lifestyle matches. The blind spot of this ecosystem is total reliance on their specific database. If a property is off-market or simply poorly tagged by the seller, it bounces right off your filters. It is completely invisible to you. Once you find a match, Kemedar pushes its Vision Photo AI. The system promises to analyze listing photos, score the finishing quality, and flag potential issues before you ever schedule a visit. An algorithm scanning JPEGs cannot smell black mold in a basement. It cannot test water pressure or verify the integrity of a foundation. Kemedar is an incredibly powerful digital sorting mechanism, but relying on it to replace a physical inspection or a human surveyor creates a dangerous sense of false security. Passive investors have a completely different objective. They want to deploy capital for high yields without dealing with geographic borders or tenant complaints. Kemedar allows these users to bypass local markets by offering fractional ownership and internal real estate investment trusts, projecting annual returns up to 12%. Here we see how the map handles fractional capital. A single investment can be divided up and instantly deployed across multiple premium international assets, like taking a tiny percentage of a Dubai penthouse. Getting that level of borderless, low-friction yield requires a massive concession. You surrender all physical control and oversight of the asset, relying entirely on Kemedar's internal due diligence to vet the properties. You get instant global diversification, but you only get the returns if you trust the platform's proprietary risk models more than you trust your own local market knowledge. Our final user is the active renovator. They buy a property and immediately plug into Kemetro, the platform's integrated marketplace for building materials. Kemetro Build uses AI to take your raw room dimensions and instantly generate a fully shoppable bill of quantities. You get a cart filled with the exact paint, tiles, and fixtures you need. This flowchart tracks your materials list. As it moves from the blueprint stage, it hits a rigid barrier. You are now locked into Kemetro's 50,000 specific vendors, filtering out any chance to price match at your local independent hardware store. To compensate for that locking, the platform offers unique cost-saving mechanics. You can buy deeply discounted leftover materials from completed projects using their surplus and salvage tools, or join group buys for bulk rates. If you demand specific premium finishes, the automated supply chain might cost you more. The real efficiency here belongs to contractors who are highly flexible with their design choices and willing to work with unpredictable inventory. Kemedar is designed to replace traditional human gatekeepers with software dashboards and algorithms. Every step of the platform aggressively removes those safety nets, trading human oversight for entirely frictionless, high-speed transactions. Let's look at this final scorecard to see exactly who benefits from that trade. We are mapping the user profile against their big win, the hidden cost, and the final verdict. The perfect matches are clear. The data-driven flipper saves thousands on commission. The border-agnostic investor secures fractional global assets. The eco-contractor builds cheaply using surplus materials. For them, the platform works. But look at the failures. A first-time homebuyer needing human emotional intelligence will be left exposed. A passive seller, unwilling to learn a digital Kanban board, will be overwhelmed. The platform does include a built-in escrow system to protect your funds during a transfer. However, using it means you are legally bound to Kemedar's internal dispute resolution process if a deal goes bad. Their ThinkDar AI is a highly sophisticated map of the real estate market, but a map is never the actual territory. Software can automate your transaction pipeline and filter out the noise, but the legal, financial, and physical liability of buying a bad building cannot be outsourced to an algorithm. Kemedar provides a specialized infrastructure for optimizing capital, but only for those willing to act as their own final layer of physical and financial verification.